Hi, everybody. This is Corey, and welcome back to another Mindful Mutt Moment, where we connect with our dogs on an equal level, and are really becoming present with them, which is really where they live. Mindfulness is really it's not about escaping reality. It's about immersing and diving right into it. So it's not about thinking about different planes of consciousness and different existences. It's really being the way our dogs experience things, which is just diving into every day and taking it all in as it comes, in all its sound and all its fury and all its good and all its bad and all its pleasure and all its pain, just experiencing it all without judging it, without evaluating it, without desiring it for it to be different. So this is really where our dogs exist most of the time. And if we are going to be their friends and we are going to create a relationship that's based on this mutual respect and mutual trust, we need to experience existence the way they experience it. Now, of course, we can't be identical, and we're not the same. We're not the same as our dogs. But they are just as important to us as equal members of the friendship. So we have to try as best we can to experience life the way they experience it. And that really is taking a few moments and being with them in the present and being mindful, which is what we're doing every day. Now, there are some benefits to this, and it obviously will, in these times of all this, the bad news constantly, we turn on the TV, it's flooded with bad news, but we can take a few moments to just not have to take that in and just connect with our dogs. It's not escaping it. It's being present here, because all that bad news that you're watching is not happening right now on the couch with me and Bodhi. It's someplace else. It's not happening at this moment. It may happen later to me, but right now at this moment, I'm spending time with Bodhi, and this is what I want to focus on, and this is where I want to put my spotlight of consciousness on, because this is what Bodhi is focusing on as well. He's focusing on lying on the couch. He's focusing on me touching him. He's calm. He's relaxed. And this is how we're going to connect as friends. So let's start with just taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out slowly and feeling how that feels in our body. Another deep breath in, letting it out, and feel it. Let's feel it in our body. Because mindfulness is about the experience of it, not the naming of things, not labeling them, and as I mentioned, not evaluating them, just experiencing them. One of the techniques that's used quite often in mindfulness to focus on our breath and our breathing is to count them. So we can breathe in and breathe out and count one. And by the way, we're not going to try to alter our breath in any way. We're not going to try to make them long breaths or short breaths. We're just going to allow whatever our lungs decide to breathe in and breathe out. We're going to let it be. We're going to give our lungs the freedom of choice of how to do it. We're not going to try to control it. Because mindfulness is not at all about control. It's about connection. And that's very much what we want to do with our dogs. So we can breathe in and breathe out, and that would be one. And then breathe in and breathe out, and that would be two. So that's a really good way to help keep our attention on our breath, as our mind will naturally want to wander and think about other things. It's always bringing that spotlight of attention back to our breath. And one way we can do this with our dogs is, instead of focusing on our breath, we can actually focus on their breath. So if your dog is next to you and they're okay with this, one way of doing this is to rest your hand sort of at the bottom of their rib cage, kind of center to the bottom of the rib cage, and just rest it there very gently, where you can kind of feel the rise and fall of their chest. And you may want to adjust it a little bit, depending on how they're laying or how they're sitting. And we can count their breaths. So Bodhi's breathing in and breathing out. That's one. Breathing in, breathing out. That's two. And we can spend time doing this. Now, some dogs are going to get a little funny about us just leaving our hand there. And so if they're not used to it, and your dog gets a little put off by that, or gets a little disturbed by that, but then you don't have to do that. You can work up to it if you like. Just maybe count 1 or 2 breaths and let it go. Or you could not even bother doing that at all and just watch them. You can also try to feel their heartbeat and experience that, or even just feel their fur beneath your fingers, beneath your palm. That's all experiential domain. That's what we really want to get into here, because this is where our dogs live. This is our dog's experience of the world. And when we try to step away from that and try to control them and say, well, we're going to be friends, but you have to do this, this, and this, then we've separated ourselves. And in this time of social isolation that we're doing, that we must do to be healthy and to be safe during this period of the pandemic, one way we can connect is at least with our dogs. And hopefully, if everybody's healthy, we don't have to socially or physically isolate or separate from our dogs. But we don't want to emotionally or relationally separate from our dogs, because quite often taking control puts a barrier in our relationship. So to be friends, we must get on the same plane. And to get on the same plane is to take some of these mindful moments and just experience the way our dogs would experience. It won't be the exact same as theirs, but it will be indefinitely within the same level as theirs. So let's take another moment to just sort of pet our dogs. Breathe in, breathe out. And if you want to, just rest your hand on your dog and feel their breathing. Count their breathing. Very good. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great day.